Alright. Hello everybody, Silver here. We are back with some more Zenless Zone Zero. I did apparently get a message from Ellen. Let me check that real quick. Huh? Oh, is this... Oh, this is the fishing thing. Because I'd done that recently. But okay. So, I have a little bit of a rant while we do some daily stuff here. As you know, I've only been playing this game for like a month or so. Just over a month, really. But I've been posting videos daily about it, okay? Zenless Zone Zero. Using the tags for Zenless, in my videos. So my YouTube feed has been, promoting a lot of ZZZ stuff, right? And this morning, before making this video, I was recommended a video that kind of caught my eye. And I assume people in the Zenless Zone Zero space might know the name. But there was a video by a Dinglebob TV. Apparently they are a Zenless Zone Zero content creator. In the specific video I was recommended, it was a video about lolicon culture. And I did watch the entire video. I gave him the watch time on it. I wanted to hear his argument on it. And honestly, it kind of upset me. Because he wanted to make it sound like he knew what he was talking about, very much so. Making a lot of statements, saying that basically like, oh, it's fine, it is normal to be disgusted by, like lolicon art, like lolly art and lolly characters. It's fine to find people who enjoy that disgusting. He didn't make any outright things like some people, like on Twitter, say like, oh, hey, you're a pedo, that kind of stuff. He wasn't making those claims. And he did point out that he wasn't making those claims in the end of the video, too. Which is a bit, like, okay, I guess you're deciding where you draw the line at, like, that. But the video itself, in the entire time, he's basically saying, oh, hey, anybody using certain defenses of like lolly art and stuff like that are using logical fallacies. When honestly, because his points aren't terrible. I'm not like a lolicon myself. I can appreciate art, but I'm not somebody who's like, oh yeah, that character right there, they're hot, I don't do that. Specifically, my type is dark elves. I like the big dark elf women. Personally. However, I do appreciate art. I've known a lot of artists through my time. I've known a lot of artists. One of the artists that I have been friends with, or that I was friends with for a good amount of time, don't really talk to him much anymore. But and it's not because like it's just like stuff gets in the way. They're quite popular. Is Satien art? Their stuff is on Twitter. I did write a story for them as well, just as a joke, for their character Asphodel. Not Asphodel, sorry. I didn't write one for Asphodel, I wrote one for fuck. Forgot her name. Either way. That artist they draw stuff that's very stylized. And if you went by like most Twitter users' ideas of what lolly is, their art would fall under that. Technically. But they're a great artist, they're a great person. You know. Satyan, good person, very nice, very sweet girl. However, this person on YouTube, Dingle Bob TV, kept saying, "Oh, it's a logical fallacy to make all of these different defenses of like lolly art." And I'm gonna say he's using that logical fallacy thing to talk out of his ass, because his entire argument is a logical fallacy because specifically like lolicon, like lolly, what he calls lolicon culture. He looked up the more modern Western definition of what a lolicon is. And it specifically states that it is a person who is sexually attracted to depictions of prepubescent girls in, like, animation. Which is literally just the modern interpretation of what that term means. Because it's not true. Somebody can be a lolicon and just they just like that fucking type of character. But it's also, he makes this argument, while also not calling somebody directly a pedophile, to be fair. He's never directly calling anybody a pedophile, but he keeps putting emphasis on that aspect that it's art about prepubescent women, prepubescent girls. And specifically the sexualization of prepubescent girls is what lolicon culture is. And never mentions the fact that it starts as a Japanese, because it is Japanese in origin. Pretty sure we all know that. It's Japanese in origin, to begin with. So it's a term that he doesn't necessarily have the right to speak on, I don't feel. On top of that, lolicon started from a style of dress, like a style, not dress specifically, but a style of dressing for women, not young prepubescent girls. It's women who would dress in lolita outfits, typically cuter, something, you would imagine like a younger girl wearing, while acting a bit more immature a lot of times. But these people, most of them, can't speak for every case because I don't have evidence on it, but most of them were women. Women, not prepubescent girls, women. Who would dress like this, and it's just because they enjoyed dressing like that. It was a style, a way to, stick out, in the place that is Japan, and he never realizes that this is a Japanese term that goes way far back, because a lolicon is somebody who is attracted, or not attracted, but somebody who is into people like that, who dress like that, who act like that type of thing. It has nothing to do with prepubescent. Prepubescent girls, nothing to do with it, because a lot of what people consider like a lolly, a lot of them are typically of age anyways. And if you look at Twitter, at points there were even people saying, oh, Ram is a lolly character because of her face structure. So the term lolly and lolicon have lost the meaning of what they originally were. And he keeps bringing it back to the prepubescent girl part. And it's, again, that in and of itself is a logical fallacy that is your only argument. Because you're saying all of these arguments of defending it that you might have had before is not the only arguments that exists. Because again, it's like, separating the art from reality, and he doesn't say, he does mention that, it's not that we can't separate art from reality. We do, it's just, we still find it gross. And again, it's fine to find it gross. It's fine to not like that type of art. Not every piece of art is for every person. Art is subjective. And that's all it is art. But again, he's not directly saying anybody is, pedophilic. He's not directly stating it. Not at all. Although it's heavily implied with how much he uses the term prepubescent girl. And he's saying, saying stuff like, you're just a tourist is a logical fallacy and stuff. And it's like, because if you don't like that stuff, then you're a tourist, or if you're not comfortable with it being in anime, you're a tourist, is his thing on that. He's like, that's a logical fallacy. And it's like, no, not really. It's not. Because again, you're forgetting, anime isn't a Western thing. Anime is not Western media. It's always existed. How far back are we gonna go where there was, technically, lolicon material, lollies? How far back do we have to go? Because they've existed in anime forever. And another thing, you're not forced to watch or play it. You tagged this video that you made about lolicon culture As Zenless Zone Zero, by the way, this really upset me because I don't think he mentioned Zenless Zone Zero once, aside from like a slight mention, I think, to Piper. Maybe. I can't remember. That might have been in the actual fucking comments of the video. But it had nothing to do with like Zenless Zone Zero at all. Really. But video tagged is Zenless Zone Zero. You know. I'm not gonna yuck a motherfucker's yum, but like, please keep the video tagged to what it should be. I change my tags if I play a different game. You should too. If you're gonna speak about something else, change your tags. It's super deceptive. God damn. But he makes these arguments, you know. Again, ignoring his own logical fallacy that he keeps bringing up a modern Western definition of what lolicon means, instead of seeing it as like a contextual thing. Because it's specifically what people are considering lolicon media. Like, take Tatsumaki from One Punch Man, for example. It is not a child. Tatsumaki's not a child. She's not depicted as a child. It's mentioned that, oh yeah, she looks kind of young, you know? But she's not depicted as a child. She's not meant to be seen as a child. She's meant to be seen as an adult woman who is petite. Although, people see that, and they're like, oh, that's a lolly. Excuse me, my throat caught. Ow. They'll see that and say, that's a lolly character. That's a lolly, pedo bait, pedo bait. To the point to where even like there's a cosplayer who is petite. A petite woman, an adult woman, who is petite, who does cosplays like Tatsumaki, who people are saying is like pedo bait. And it's like, no, she's just a fucking petite woman. There's a clear difference. Because I've pointed this out before. Specifically, it's relevant to like the Ancients of Delusion debate. Because people continue to think like the Ancients of Delusion are super young. They're like early teens, you know? And that's not possible. Really? I think the youngest some of them could be, maybe Suna, is like 16. The very youngest she could be right now. And that's like hand-waving shit. They specifically don't put ages. But like, if you think about it, she doesn't... The Angels of Delusion don't have school. School is not mentioned at all. The characters that are in schools and have mentioned schools are like Ellen, Alice, Yuzaha, Kamano Manato, you know? A guy he's got the fucking Jotaro effect. You know, from fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Where Jotaro, Jotaro's like what, fucking 16, 17? And he looks like a grown-ass man? Kamano has that thing. Where he might be around that age. It's not mentioned if this is like college or whatever. But it's mentioned that it's school. And again, for like Ellen, it's obvious she has a school uniform. When you first see her, she's in school uniform. Like, you could see her around in her school uniform, talking with her school friends, mentioning projects and stuff. That's one of the things in the fishing event that she has to do, is she has to sketch out a fish. For school, a school project, she has to sketch out a fish. So, it's mentioned. School is a thing. But you don't see her as a lolly character, do you? And then you have things like Piper. Piper looks young, is not treated as a child in-game. She's not treated as a child. She's not seen as a child by anybody. She's seen as a petite woman. So how do you deem that? Is she a petite woman or is she a lolly? Like, what are you going to do? Because that term lolly has gotten so fucking misconstrued now that what the fuck does lolly mean now? Like, it really doesn't make sense. You know? And the video kind of like made me upset because he's saying he's not, you know, directly calling people out. You know, he's not like saying, oh yeah, you're a pedo, but it really feels like he's trying to hint at that with how many times he mentions prepubescent girls and everything. And it's like, if that bothers you, you also, because, you know, it's a free world, you have the choice in what media you consume. If you don't like lolly type media, you can just not watch anime or play anime style games because it's expected. It's been in the fucking space for so long. It's expected that you might encounter that. And if that doesn't make you, if that makes you uncomfortable, you can choose to watch something else. That's not even fucking gatekeeping. That's just common sense. Like, if you want to call it gatekeeping, go ahead, but it's not. That's just honest fucking... that is an honest, like... Hey, if you're not comfortable with that, art isn't for everybody, media isn't for everybody. It might not be what you're into, you know? So, like, don't watch it, don't play it. Don't play games that have those types of characters, don't watch shows that have those types of characters, instead of complaining about it. You wouldn't complain if you weren't watching it. Why are you watching it if all you're gonna do is complain? Genuinely. Like, I've never understood that. You're trying to... This is people trying to change a form of media so it abides to their rules. And it's like, no. Just no. That's literally... That in and of itself is insensitive to a bit of, like, somebody else's culture. Because they're calling it lolicon culture, when it's much closer to just Japanese, like, media culture. It's the media culture of the Japanese. You know? It's not lolicon culture. You're making fun of somebody else's, like, another country's culture. Like, their media is something you're just not okay with. Because, again, it's a logical fallacy to assume that it should be changed for you and people who just don't want to see it. When, again, you can watch something else. You can play something that's not a Japanese or anime-styled game. Sure, this game is in Japanese, to be fair. But it's styled heavily off of, like, anime, you know? It's heavily styled off of anime. It's meant to appeal to people who enjoy anime style games, that kind of shit. So, yeah, no, it's not. Lolicon culture is not a thing. You are essentially saying, oh, Japanese culture should change for me. Which is the worst thing to say, honestly. To assume an entire type of media should just change to fit what you think, instead of you saying, maybe this media isn't for me. Just saying. You know? It's... That video really... It upset me in a certain degree. Because he wanted to talk about... He wanted to talk about it as if he was an authority on what a logical fallacy is. Because he used that term to try to legitimize his thoughts on it, while also speaking in a logical fallacy. Because again, assuming that lolicon culture is that, and seeing a modern Western definition where, you know, a lot of things that another culture, like another country's culture, does is villainized and demonized. And then seeing a definition where somebody is doing that and being like, yeah, no, this is the correct definition. This is what defines a lolicon. When that's just not fucking true. Because it's not contextual. It is just a demonized version of what the fucking word is. It's basically people who said, yeah, well, this word is gaining traction, so let's put a definition to it. What do people on Twitter think the lolicon is? Oh, this is what they think it is? Well, let's write that as the definition. No, that's not what the fuck a lolicon is, really. You're way too vague with it. You're vague. Because again, a lolly is not necessarily a prepubescent girl. A lolly is an archetypal character. It's an archetypal character. Typically depicted as younger looking, though they don't have to be young. Again, Tatsumaki, great example. Piper is a great example. She looks young, you know? But she's not meant to be seen as a young girl. She's not meant to be seen as a child. Characters don't see them as a child. Sure, in One Punch Man, it's made a joke of, by Saitama, that, hey, who's this sassy lost child? But it's known, at least in the Hero Association, that she is a grown adult. She's not even in her teens. She's like 20 plus. She's the older sister, I'm pretty sure, of Fubuki and Tatsumaki. She's the older sister. So again, it's people determining, based on a body type, what is okay and not okay. Which, again, that's body shaming, for one. But people don't see it as that, because it's seen as like, oh, lolicon is, or lolly-type characters are disgusting and depraved, and you enjoy little girls. When no, a lot of the quote-unquote lolly characters are typically just petite women, because people have that fucking body size. Actual women have that body size, that body shape, that style. Like, what the fuck? Sure, there are some who are much younger, You know, there are some characters who are much younger, but a lot of it does come down to the stylization of a character. You know, it comes down to stylization, how the character is portrayed, how they're seen as others in universe. It's just people think of it without context. They see a character and they're like, "Oh, that's lolly," or "That's not a lolly," based on their body size. And while yes, like lolly archetypal characters are typically smaller, uh, not everything is a fucking lolly. I mean, they are technically lolly archetypal, yes, just based on their looks. However, most of them are not actually like children. Again, Tatsumaki being a great example. She is a grown woman who just looks a bit younger. Uh, and people see Tatsumaki as like there's a lot of people who see Tatsumaki and they're like, oh, that's a child. That's an adult woman who just is petite. She's a petite woman. What's a good example? Let's look in ZZZ, for instance. Piper. This. Piper. Is this a lolly? She is, in-game, seen as an older woman. She just looks young. She doesn't even act young. She acts like an old lady. She's not a child. She's not depicted as a child. Yes, she has a very small shape and a small size. However, she is not a child. This doesn't fit under the prepubescent girl moniker that this guy was wanting to say. Fuck. I can't even remember his name. Dinglebob TV? I think that's it. She doesn't fit under the moniker of like a prepubescent girl. Because we have child models in this game. There are children in game. And I think Zhao is... Oh, excuse me. I think Zhao is the closest model height-wise to these children. And Zhao is a woman. Again, people see it as a lolly character, but she's not even depicted as childish, really. Sokaku is closer to a child. Even though she's like a couple thousand years old. In her... It's even described in game that in Oni years, like, because she's an Oni, in her race, she would still be considered a child. Yes. She would still be considered very young in Oni years, at being like 2,000 years old. Characters like fucking Ellen, while not a child, is in school. Ellen, this character. This character. That a lot of people fawn over is a high school girl. I'm pretty sure. It's not necessarily stated if she's high school or college. Though with a school uniform, I typically see high school just because I don't know how it is in like Japanese, Chinese universities if they have school uniforms, but I know in high schools they do. Like that's what's depicted at least. It's like high schools have a uniform. So yes, I think it would be considered she's in like high school. Maybe she's in college. Maybe we can have the benefit of the doubt. Say she's in college, you know? Another one who's in school. Let's look. Where's Alice? Alice! This one is about school age. God, I just realized how fucking... how much physics did they add to her chest? Jesus Christ. I did never notice that before. I've never looked at her model that much. Another example, Yuzuha. She mentioned it right there. There's no class today. She's in school. Why does she doesn't have much, but she also has tit physics. Interesting. Another one. This guy is the same age as Yuzuha. Pretty sure. He's in the same classes with Yuzuha. But Piper, old woman, an older woman who just so happens to be petite. She's a petite, older woman. It's just like the term lolly has really encapsulated fucking anything that's not an anime woman with Triple H sized titties. And even then, again, I'd made the example that Ram, at one point, Ram from ReZero, was seen as a lolly because of her face, because her face looked young. That was a big thing for a bit. And honestly, there's media that some people don't even fucking realize that is honestly worse, if you think about it. In terms of like hitting their rules, because you have characters in Grand Blue Fantasy. There's an entire race that is just shorter people. Like they are just shorter. Kind of like they're literally just born to be shorter. And I think there's like fuck it, I can't remember her age. There's a character that's like a couple years old with tits the size of this woman's, Bertha's. She's got tits like her size at like 5 or 8 years old and is short, an actual child. But you know what? How do you define it? How do you define lolly? Because again, prepubescent girl doesn't hit what people think it does. Because by somebody's body size and shape, you can't tell if they're prepubescent. The fuck do you mean prepubescent girl? Some people hit puberty later, some people hit puberty earlier. How the fuck do you think, like, puberty works? You think everybody just gains tits when they hit puberty? Like every woman. Oh, as soon as they hit puberty, they've got massive bakanaga hoogs. Fuck no. So what the fuck is a lolly then? Because you can't use the term prepubescent girl. You can't use that term. Because again, Tatsumaki. She's not prepubescent. She's a woman. She's a grown woman. Grown-ass woman. And there are people shaped like that who are grown-ass women. So tell me, what the fuck does prepubescent mean? You can't... It's a logical fallacy to assume that. And this guy, again, I've been ranting for a long time about this. And I kind of want to rant about it. Because, well, I'm not a lolicon. I can appreciate, like, shorter characters. Like, I love Arya's design. I love that she's a robot. I love this design. You've been seeing me playing as her, just, like, walking around. I don't have her in a party. But you'll see me walking around as her, because I just love the robot design. But, like, I could appreciate smaller designs, more petite designs. But I'm not somebody who's like what you would call a lolicon, who's just like, oh yeah, I love artwork of lollies. No, I'm not like that. Like on Twitter, I would like in art if I like the art. Genuinely, if I like the art. Doesn't matter the character or anything. If the art is good, I'll like it. But that's because I like random shit on Twitter. Typically artists. I follow a lot of artists on Twitter. But that's because I like art. I like looking at art. And, you know, again, he was saying, his whole argument is that it's okay to be disgusted by it, and no one's saying you can't not like it. They're saying, oh, if you don't like it that much, then why do you consume media with it in it? You don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to consume that media. And that's, again, not gatekeeping. That is just saying, hey, if you don't like the stuff that's in this, why are you watching it? Or, like, for ZZZ, because he marked that shit as ZZZ. Again, change your fucking tags if you're gonna talk about something that's not ZZZ related. Change them, motherfucker. Sorry. I really hate when people do that. Because this was only fucking pushed to me because it said ZZZ in the tags. And I guess, at one point, because I do watch a lot of, like, oh, here's what this YouTuber did type of shit, where there's, like, drama shit, and I guess it picked up on something like that. So yeah, no, it recommended it to me because it was ZZZ, and it hits on the drama shit that I watch occasionally. So it hits both. His other videos I was not recommended, and I'm still not recommended even after having watched that video because they don't fit my shit. But no, it is because that was one of his arguments, is like, oh hey, like, fuck anybody who's basically, not directly saying this, but basically saying fuck anybody who says, oh hey, you can't not like this. And again, it's your right to not like it. But he was also saying how you can't say, oh hey, I can't watch this. And nobody's saying you can't. But don't complain about it. You're watching it knowing that's a possibility, and then you fucking complain about it. Like you are gonna change it. No. Just either suck it up if you like the media that much, you can fucking deal with it. Or don't consume the media. Nobody's sitting behind you. Nobody is sitting behind you with a fucking gun to your head saying, hey, watch this anime that has lollies in it. Nobody is fucking doing that. That's not even gatekeeping. That's like, let's say, oh, I don't want to watch some live action fucking, what is it? The drama shows, like the reality shows. I'm not going to watch some dramatic reality show on TV. And then somebody says, oh, hey, you know, like, it would be like me watching it and then complaining about how annoying they are. Like, how annoying certain types of people in it are. Where it's like, oh, why do they always have to fight? Like, why are they always talking about some kind of fucking bullshit? Like, you're watching the show, and you should have expected that would be. Why are you complaining about it? You're choosing to watch it. Nobody is sitting there with a gun to your head telling you to watch it. You know? So I don't like reality drama bullshit. So I don't watch it. You could do the same. You could genuinely do the same. Don't fucking act like that. Like, you've got a whole fucking series of just like, oh, what if this character fought the characters at ZZZ? Who would survive? Like, I mean, that's unique. Honestly, I'll give you that. That's unique. I'm not going to watch it because it doesn't fucking appeal to me, but like, unique concept, I'll give you fucking that. But don't complain about fucking quote-unquote lolicon culture and say, oh, these arguments are like logical fallacies. When you're using a logical fallacy yourself to further your own argument without knowing that, hey, you should expect that. You should expect it. You're watching a show where you know that shit is common. Lolly is an archetypal thing in anime. But you know what? You decided to watch an anime, and you decided to complain about lollies in anime. Don't watch the anime that have lollies. Watch mainstream shit. You can't say Dragon Ball doesn't. Because Dragon Ball, the OG Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, OG Dragon Ball, they're showing like fucking Master Roshi is hitting on a child. They show Goku's little dick. Like, don't even come at me. Don't come at anybody in the anime community and act like, oh, hey, you know, we shouldn't have lollies in anime. Like, fuck off. It's expected at this point. You don't have to feel comfortable with it. You don't have to even fucking like it. But if you're gonna complain, don't watch it. Just don't. Like, genuinely. You don't have to watch it. That's, again, not gatekeeping anime. That's telling you anime isn't gonna fucking change for your taste. There are anime that don't have lollies. Watch that shit. Like, genuinely. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to play the games that have lollies in them. Like, fuck off. But, sorry. I had to rant. I saw it, made me mad. I've done my dailies, by the way. But after I saw that video, I actually posted a comment, too, by the way. I posted a comment pointing out his own logical fallacies and what lolly actually came from. That it came from women, grown women, a lot of times, who would dress in a Lolita-style fashion. And then lolicon came from people who enjoyed women who dressed in such a way. And then the meaning changed when people started bringing out the idea of like anime to the West. The meaning of the word changed because people started referring to lolicons as people who liked the more childish characters, the more child-looking characters. So, yeah, no. I honestly wish we could go back to the days where anime and anime games were nowhere near as popular as they were, because I wouldn't have to hear about this bullshit. Because again, you're gonna watch anime, fucking expect that. Like, it's that simple. If you want to watch an anime, expect that there might be a lolly character. And if there's not, woohoo. It's not in every anime. There's not lollies in every anime. But there are petite women, a lot of times. Because again, like, you don't really have, like, Tatsumaki, not a lolly, really. Sure, she is younger looking. Not a lolly. Because she's not depicted as a child. And again, the fact of the matter that they paint lolicons, people who like lolly characters, as they solely enjoy people who are into the prepubescent girls in anime, is that being the quote-unquote definition of it is annoying as hell, because it's just not fucking true. Sure, a lot of them are, they look younger, but not all of them are prepubescent at all, honestly. Because again, Tatsumaki, not prepubescent. She's hit puberty. Again, that's like, it gets back onto the topic of body types exist. Body types exist. There are petite women in this world. You could go out today and find a petite woman, like at Walmart, at any fucking store. You could go out. You could see a petite woman. You gonna call her a prepubescent girl? Fuck no. Because, you know, she's a woman. But you wouldn't say that to her fucking face, would you? You wouldn't call her a prepubescent woman and, like, oh, a lolicon would love you. You're pedo bait. Like, no. Fucking... God, it pisses me off. Sorry. I had to rant about this. Because it really upsets me. I'm not a lolicon. But I hate it when people come into the anime space and claiming that, oh, hey, anime should change for my tastes. Then it wouldn't be anime, would it? It wouldn't be art. Like, if you want that, make it your damn self. Genuinely. Like, you want an anime that's, like, doesn't have lolly in it? You could find it, or you could make one. Learn how to fucking draw. Learn a fucking skill. Like, I know how to write. I have a skill. I know how to do several things, actually. But, no. Like, fucking do something. If that's your fucking prerogative. If you can't expect an entire media culture to change for your tastes. Don't expect it. And I hate how people are like censoring that too, by the way. Because censoring lolly stuff in that way is only going to lead to more anime being censored. Like, artists, you know, Patreon has started censoring all, like, NSFW style artists. They're starting to censor them. Like, again, Satien is a good example. She had to leave Patreon because Patreon is a bitch, and they stopped, you know, supporting people who did NSFW stuff, like did NSFW art and shit. And you'll see that with a lot of, you know, NSFW artists in all fields. I'm pretty sure people like, I actually know some Patreon for like Patreons for certain modders of games get shut down frequently because Patreon isn't supportive of NSFW artists of any type. And it's because censorship is cracking down on that kind of stuff. So censoring the idea of a lolly when lolly isn't even, like, it's not even just prepubescent girls. Some of them are prepubescent, yes. I won't deny that. But again, shit like Tatsumaki, that's not a young girl. She's a woman who's just petite. So, like, there's no line drawn in the sand anywhere. Eventually, they're gonna start censoring other parts of, like, the NSFW space to where only corporate IRL stuff, like the adult porn industry, the adult video industry, as well as shit like fucking Victoria's Secret, are the only ones allowed to, like, advertise. Or movies can have sex scenes. Live action movies can have sex scenes in them. But anime, you can't show panties in an anime, because that's wrong. That's, you're appealing to kids. But you know what? This PG-13 movie, we have a half-naked woman in it. Because that's normal. That's natural. Like, no. Fucking, come on, dude. And even if it's not like in a PG-13 movie, let's say you have a mall that has a Victoria's Secret in it. You pass by the Victoria's Secret. You're likely seeing images of half-naked women. You know? Just in underwear. That's all they're wearing. Like, come on. Censorship is stupid. In all regards, censorship is fucking dumb. But yeah, that's what the people like that who claim this kind of shit. I guess they kind of want you to be mad about it. Because he got me mad. He did get me mad. He got me fucking heated about it. With one video got me heated. I don't typically talk about this stuff. Try to steer away from that kind of shit, but, like, no, that got me heated. Because, again, you only observe the content that you choose to observe. You know? You want to play a game, or watch an anime? You're absorbing that content. And if it has shit you don't like in it, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to play it. Nobody's forcing you. It's fucking escapist media. Why are you trying to make the escapism more realistic? Like, genuinely. Kid, are you not escaping enough? Do you want your fucking politics in video games? No, nobody wants that. Games like that fucking fail. For a reason! And there's ways... Okay, to be fair, there's ways to bring it up in, like, games and shows that feels natural. That feels like, oh, it has a point, instead of throwing it in your fucking face. Like, I've seen too many games on itch.io, like itch.io, that are, oh, hey, I'm throwing a political agenda in your face. And it's like, I'm not gonna play your game, thanks. But it's just stupid. And, like, they have all the right to make that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean it has the, that doesn't mean it should be successful because it's hitting political agendas. Don't expect success out of a political agenda. You write a story to be good. It's just like, I hate how certain types of people are portrayed in media. Like, gay people, specifically, is a good example. A lot of people in, a lot of, like, people who are bisexual or gay, even, like, transgenderism in media, is somebody super flamboyant. You know? The Twitterisms of it. When... Why are you having to show and say that you're gay every 5 fucking seconds? We get it. It was funny once. Now it's just annoying because you're doing it every fucking time. When you can write a good gay character, you can genuinely write a good gay character, their whole character shouldn't be that they're gay. It shouldn't. If their entire character and development as a character is that they're gay, you've written a bad character. Like, that should just be something that you figure out through context. Like, oh, hey, here's my boyfriend. And it's just normal. It's just natural. You know? You don't have to fucking throw it in everybody's face that, oh yeah, hey, this character's gay. Haha. I have to show that they're gay by making them super flamboyant. And, like, no, that's not... There are flamboyant people, but not every person who is gay is flamboyant. Like, I'm bisexual, but you wouldn't fucking know that, would you? You wouldn't understand that I'm bisexual because I have a girlfriend and I talk like a fucking normal human being. I'm not super flamboyant. I don't put it in everybody's face that I'm bisexual. I'm not making sure that's known every 5 fucking seconds. Because I'm a real person. A character, a well-written character, should feel real. You know? You can play up certain parts of a character, for sure. You know? But you don't want to have a bad taste in somebody's mouth. Where it's like, oh yeah, this gay character is super flamboyant. Unless part of their character is being flamboyant. Maybe. But they don't have to be flamboyantly gay. They can just be, like, flamboyant. Like, Hisoka is a good example from Hunter x Hunter. He's super weird and flamboyant. And you can't tell if he's gay or not. He's gay-coded, to be honest. He's kind of gay-coded. But, like, he's a good example of somebody who's, like, flamboyant, but not overtly, like, you know, oh, hey, I'm gay. So yeah, sorry. I've went on way too long of a rant. This is like an hour-long video now. Fuck. Either way, that video by fucking, I forget the name every time. Dinglebob TV? That video by Dinglebob TV. About lolicon culture. This is where the video's ending, by the way. That video specifically just pisses me off. Because trying to say that, oh hey, these arguments are logical fallacies is in and of itself a logical fallacy, because you are using a definition that is nowhere near. You're using a definition that, again, was made in poor taste. By Western media. You're not using the actual, like, context of what a lolicon is or was. You're not putting it into context. You're just reading definition as is and saying, yeah, no, this is what the definition is. This is what these people are. They do this. This is what they like. They like prepubescent girls, but also not directly claiming that they're pedophiles. And having to point it out, by the way, you had to point it out at the end of the video that I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that. I didn't say it once. I didn't say that outright once. But you're fucking heavily implying it. Again, you're making the same arguments that people on fucking Twitter make, and it's annoying. It sounds like you're fighting for, like, oh hey, I want, like, lolly characters to be taken out of all of my media, so I can absorb it without feeling like I'm weird. Like, no, it's not getting taken out. Don't expect media to change for you. Do not fucking expect it. Because again, it is... You can either watch a show with it in it and just suck it up and stop being a pussy, or don't watch it. Nobody's forcing you to. Not gatekeeping it. It's not gatekeeping by telling you, hey, you do not have to watch it. You can still watch it. You just don't fucking complain about it. Because you should expect it at this point. If you've seen anime, if you know anime, you should expect it. And if hearing that it should be expected upsets you, that is a problem for you, because that's somebody telling you, hey, if this makes you uncomfortable, like, this is quite common. You might not be into this type of media if you don't like this. It's not a diss. It's not a, hey, don't fucking watch this because this is my type of stuff. I don't want your ass to be enjoying the things I like. No. Nobody's saying that directly. It is, and again, saying that, like, oh, hey, the term tourist is, like, he's saying the term tourist is bad and to stop using it to gatekeep the community. But it's like, genuinely what, if you're complaining about it because you are saying, oh, lolly shouldn't be in media, you've not watched a lot of anime to know that this is super common. And it's been common for years, by the way. If you're not expecting it when you watch an anime, then you're not somebody who knows anime well enough to to say, hey, this shouldn't be in media. I want this out. Like, I don't want anime with this in it. Like, again, you're trying to change a fucking different country's culture by saying that, which is heavily unsensitive. Heavily unsensitive. Sorry, unsensitive? I mean insensitive. And my brain is fried. I woke up at fucking 1 a.m. Currently 8 a.m. It's currently 8 a.m. Woke up at 1 a.m. because insomnia is a bitch. But yeah, no. You just cannot... His argument really pissed me off. If it's not obvious how heated I got, I've been sitting here for a good minute. Just talking about this. I wanted to get it off my fucking chest. How bad that pissed me off. Because again, I watched it and I was like, I have to talk about this in today's video. I have to talk about it. Like, it makes me so mad. And the thing that makes me the most mad, it's not even that you're fucking complaining about lolly, because I see that shit every day on Twitter. I see a new motherfucker complaining about lollies every fucking day on Twitter. You're not the first. You're not the last. Like, you're not fucking unique by complaining about it, buddy. The thing that really pissed me off was specifically the ZZZ tag on the video. Like, not a fucking once did you mention ZZZ. The video was not about Zenless Zone Zero. You used it in the thumbnail, and that's about it. Like, brother, tag your videos properly. Because that's pissing me off. It might not be quite as, like, fucking... You might not get quite as much viewership on it. But don't lie. Don't tag it as something that it's not. That's really fucking upsetting. Because using ZZZ in the video, like as the backdrop, and because he didn't like play ZZZ, he was using clips from anime, I believe. Clips from anime and games, interspersed with like ZZZ clips, as well as had like a ZZZ thumbnail, I believe, with that on the title or on the thumbnail itself. Super clickbait looking thumbnail. Just like Corin, I believe, with the text. With the text, oh, lolly, something about lolly culture. I forget exactly what it was. I need to talk about lolly culture or whatever. But yeah, no, like, that actually upset me, and I needed to talk about it. Because, why the fuck are you complaining? Genuinely. You should expect it if you're an anime enjoyer. And the fact that you are complaining makes it sound like you haven't watched a lot of anime to realize that that's super common. Like, genuinely. Just, if that's not your cup of tea, if that type of shit isn't your cup of tea, watch the anime that doesn't just have, like, lolly. Like, watch anime, play games that don't have lollies in it. Nobody's gonna stop you. Just don't fucking complain about it when you do, and then you're like, oh, hey, I don't like this. Like, you played the game, or you watched the show, knowing that that's common. Knowing it's common. Motherfuckers warn you that it's common, and you say, oh, this is an argument that you can't use because it's a logical fallacy. Like, fuck you! Like, it's not even gatekeeping. You do not have to watch it. You do not have to. I'm not gonna call you a tourist. I'm just gonna tell you, you don't have to watch it. Watch the anime you like. Play the games you like. But don't complain about the characters. Just because you're like, oh, but I don't like this. Like, if you don't like it because they're lolly, like, you don't have to pay attention to that character. You don't have to like that character. You don't have to. Nobody's gonna fucking stop you. Nobody's gonna fucking kick your face in for it. I might kick your face in because you fucking tagged your video wrong, asshole. Like, genuinely, that makes me so mad when videos are not tagged properly. Like, fucking piss off, dude. That's what makes me mad. The fucking tagging that it's ZZZ when there's nothing ZZZ related. Jesus Christ. That's so upsetting to me. Oh my god. This was just for me. This whole hour and a quarter length video was just so I could complain about people with videos that have the wrong title, or not wrong title, the wrong tags in them. Like, I fucking hate that so much. Do not tag your shit with the wrong shit in it. If you normally play Zenless Zone Zero and you make a video that's just talking, but it has nothing to do with Zenless Zone Zero, do not fucking tag Zenless Zone Zero, you ass fuck. Do not. It makes no sense why you would. No hate on you, but fuck you. Like, genuinely. I didn't like your video either, again, because you were kind of like... I didn't like that video. I didn't watch your other ones, to be fair. I did not watch Dingle Bob TV's other videos because they were not my style. I don't want to know if Darwin Watterson from The Amazing World of Gumball could beat all of the ZZZ characters. I do not care about your weird fanfiction idea of what would these characters, like, what happens if these characters fight each other. Like, I don't care about that. I do not like your lolicon culture videos specifically because you're complaining that shit is a logical fallacy, like certain arguments are logical fallacies, which technically they were, the examples you were giving were. Those aren't the only arguments against, like, those aren't the only arguments for lolicon art to exist. Like lolly art. Those aren't the only arguments for it to exist. And also because your own argument was a logical fallacy while you're complaining about a logical fallacy argument. Like, just genuinely, you're claiming that other people use logical fallacies in an argument while you're using one yourself, which is not... It makes your argument seem invalid. So maybe think about it again before you start doing that. Again, this is like a 5-month-old video by the time. I just saw it today. And it upset me. It upset me to see it. Because, again, it's tagged as ZZZ. Like, the video was not about Zenless Zone Zero. So why tag it as Zenless Zone Zero? Like, that's just fucking... That's fucking stupid. Never do that. Never again. If you do it again, I will report the video for having the wrong fucking tags. If that's a report option. Because I hate that. I hate it with a passion. Do not do that. And you can't say, oh, because like Zenless Zone Zero is used in the video itself. Like there's small snippets of Zenless Zone Zero. There's also small snippets of a fuck ton of other shit. Are you gonna tag every single one of them? No. So don't put Zenless Zone Zero in the fucking tags. Sorry. Had to get that off my chest. I really hate people arguing like, oh, basically I hate the argument that lolicon and like lollies shouldn't exist in anime when it's not your culture to say if it should or shouldn't exist. If you're not comfortable with it, don't fucking watch. If you don't like it, don't look up that media. Just genuinely. Like, don't fucking do that. It makes no sense why people complain about it. That's like making the sandwich. You made the sandwich. Why you complaining? You chose to watch or play a game. Why you complaining about it? Like, genuinely. It's fine to, like, not like something. Like, that's your free will. You can not like it. I don't give a shit if you don't like it. But don't, like, make an argument for something to be removed from a game or bit of media that you don't like just because you don't like it. Like, especially if it's prevalent in that space. That's like saying, oh, hey, you know, you shouldn't smoke tobacco when I'm Native American. Like, that's legitimately part of our culture. Like, that's a fucking thing. Hand-grown tobacco in a pipe. Just genuinely, that's a fucking culture thing. But, hey, no, you shouldn't do that because smoking is bad. Like, fuck you. Like, you can't change somebody's culture or expect somebody's culture to change just because it doesn't fit your fucking idea of what media should have in it or what. Because lolicon, quote-unquote lolicon culture isn't a fucking thing, by the way. You made that term up. You made that term up just to make this argument. Sorry. Again, I don't know if this creator is kind of like well-known in this space. They don't have that many subscribers. They've got more than me, to be fair. But they're not like the biggest creator I've seen. So like, I don't expect them to be like super well known. But it seems like they've gotten flack before and they made the video in response to it for like a take about Zenless Zone Zero. And they probably made that take because they got heated. But you can't talk about a logical fallacy while making one of your own. That's kind of like, that makes your argument kind of null and void when you make a logical fallacy while making your argument about other people making arguments that are logical fallacies. Like, if you're guilty of it and they're also guilty of it, neither of you are right in the conversation. So yeah, no. People hating on lolicon stuff, like lolly art, just cannot actually separate fact from fiction. Because again, if you don't want to absorb it, you don't have to look at it. And if it makes you so mad that you think, oh hey, it should be banned, then it's obvious you don't separate fact from fiction. You do not separate the reality from a fictional world if it upset you that bad. You can't claim it, you do, if shit makes you that mad. Like, I'm only fighting for it because it's such a fucking dumb argument that people are like, oh hey, fiction leads people into actual, criminals, and it's like, no. That's the same argument as, like, violence in video games leads people to be violent in real life. And we have fought so hard for that to not be the case. But then they also don't want to bring in movies into that and say, oh, hey, violent movies and sexual movies also are the problem. Like, they don't bring that to anybody's attention because movies make them money. But, yeah, no. Either way, sorry that this is a long-ass video. My Zenless Zone Zero videos are never this long. Just wanted to get that off my chest, because I got a little bit heated today. Either way, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end the video. So I shut the fuck up. It's been an hour and a half, basically. So, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry I got a bit heated in this video. And I hope I'll catch you in the next one.